I say it started with the coaches for giving me a chance, and then the O-line blocking, and the quarterback, you know what I'm saying, believing in me, believing that I can do that. That's what allowed me to have a great night tonight.
So how do you feel as a player that you can kind of build from this night?
I just got to keep working, keep doing what I've been doing that got me in this position. And quarterback, as long as he keep believing in me, I'll keep making the plays.
What is something you saw in yourself that you feel like maybe you can work on to improve for the next game?
Body language. Sometimes I look like I'm not into it, but I am. I need to fix that.
It means everything, you know, just get out there with my brothers. It meant the world.
5 solo tackles tonight. You know, what do you credit for your success?
I just wanted to do my job, you know, do my part of the defense. I just try to give it my all. That's all I can do.
What in you do you feel like you need to work on to prepare for Tuskegee?
Probably my alignments, my stance, and containing. I think I can do better at that. And give a little bit more effort.
All right, you've been a leader on the team, and you can kind of continue it. What does that mean, especially in a year where y'all having to battle, COVID?
It's just we just gotta keep pushing forward. It's good being the leader on this team. I got a lot of folks who look up to me. I'm just gonna keep trying to improve on my leadership, being more of a vocal leader, and we'll go from there.
So coming back from a season that was so weird like last year, what does having such a big win to kind of open up the season mean?
It means everything. It means everything to me. Shout out to my teammates, man. My defense, they put us in a good position to win the game. It feels good.
How do you plan on improving on this, keeping this momentum going, especially going into Tuskegee?
Like you said, keep being the leader on the defense, keep talking to you guys, make sure everybody playing their role, make sure everybody doing their part, me as well, and that's all.
What worked for you tonight?
My teammates, coaching, believing in what coach called, believing in my teammates doing their 111. That's it.
All right, that's all I got for you. Thank you. Jack, you had a really big night. You had 344 passing yards, 31 attempts, 20 completions. How does something like that, happen for you? What worked for you tonight?
We've put in a ton of work as an offensive staff and as an offensive, just as players between 2019 when we didn't get to play and then the spring games that we did get to play. We've just been working really hard and just trusting everything that we do, trusting the scheme, things like that.
Unlike Morehouse, you guys were able to play 2 games, during the spring. What do you feel? Was that an advantage? How do you feel about being able to have those 2 games in a year like that?
Those 2 games were huge for us, getting real live action against real opponents under our belt that Morehouse and a handful of other teams didn't get. So they haven't played in 2 years. So I'm sure for them it was a big trying to tone up the dial to be ready for game speed and everything like that. It's always a huge difference. So the 2 games we got to play in the spring were great.
As far as we know, Tuskegee might be a slightly tougher opponent. How do you stay, mentally ready, especially after such a dominating win?
We try to not really worry about the opponent so much because we just focus on what we're doing as an offense. We have the mindset that no one can stop us other than ourselves. So we don't really care what they do. We just have to line up and execute our offense, execute our plays, and then we'll be just fine.
This was the first official game that you were able to kind of connect with Darius, and he was basically your target all night. How did that kind of come about for tonight?
We got him out of the transfer portal here almost a year ago. He's just been a great character guy. We get a lot of transfers in the building all the time, but he was one of those elite character guys. He's always just kept his head down and grinded, worked really hard. Unfortunately, didn't get to play in the 2 spring games, but we still knew he was going to be one of the guys. And then, he's always out there throwing and catching with us, so build up some good chemistry with him, and then tonight it showed.
Going into next week, what is your main focus?
Just improving consistency. We played, well 90% of the time or so, but the 10% hurt us, kept some points off the board, so we just got to be the same offense, execute, play in and play out a little better than we did tonight.
Well, I thought we came out in the first half and really established ourselves and did some things that, that really put us in a good situation, especially early on. The defense, I don't know how many 3 and outs they got back to back. I think it was at least 4. And then the offense had a couple really good drives. We missed the field goal early, but should have got points on that drive too, but had several good drives. And so started off, you know, in a first ball game about as good as you could expect to. Then we let our focus go a little bit, and we got to get better at consistently, you know, having that same intensity throughout the whole game, regardless of what's going on. So where do we go from here? We got a lot to fix. We got a lot of stuff in special teams to fix and tweak to get right, and a lot of stuff on offense and defense. So it's really fun to fix one after a 48-7 win, though.
How do you kind of keep them focused, and you know, especially with them having such a downtime and coming back and having such a big win? How do you keep them, you know, from getting the big head? Essentially, is what I'm asking.
Our guys expect excellence, and you know, so they're frustrated at the mistakes they made already tonight. We will never apologize for a win here. We're always going to celebrate the wins, no matter what the score is. If we got one more than the other team, we're going to celebrate that. But our guys have learned to expect excellence out of themselves, so they know where they fell short tonight. So tomorrow they're going to know what they have to fix before they get told. But the coaches are going to be on them and make sure they know and hear it. So our coaching staff does a great job of making sure they understand the things that need to get better. There was a lot to get better, but our guys know that. They accept that really well.
Darius, this is his first season on the field for the Tigers. He made a really big, like 200, I think, passing yards tonight. How did you get him here, and how is his addition to the team?
Well, coming out of high school, we liked him. He was at Fayette County, right up the road. Really liked him. He went to Austin P. He signed there, and then they've had some coaching turnover and things, and so he actually reached out to us because we had a relationship with him when he left, and so we knew what type of player he was already. So we knew he was somebody we wanted on our team. And then he came in, and you know, just like Jack said, he's just a hard worker, fit right in with our players, and you know, we don't highlight one guy on offense. It's whatever the defense gives us. It's Jack's job to figure out what they're giving us at that individual play, and then get the ball there. And tonight it was a big night for Darius. Next week it'll be a big night for one of the other ones. You know, that's just how our offense works. But he is a great asset to have.
It seems like the defense was firing on all cylinders tonight. Just kind of talk about the defense and what they did tonight.
I thought they prepared really well, especially over the last week, through scout periods and really getting looks, because we didn't know a lot about, you know, what we were going to get, because it had been 2 years since we had film on them. So I thought our defense I thought they were really in tune, but that happened during the week. You know, they didn't just show up and handle it that way. They prepared themselves where they could get themselves an opportunity to do that, and then they did their individual jobs, and that's what we challenged them with over the last 2 days, was don't come into a game, because in the first game, especially the first game at home, first fall game at home in a while with a lot of new things going, it's easy to get too jacked up and too excited and try to do too much, and that's what we challenged them with. Just do your job to the best of your ability with all the effort you can muster on that play, and then line up and do it again. And I think we had 11 guys out there doing that for the majority of the time.
Okay, I think that's all the questions I have. Anything you want to add?
Ready to get it fixed and move on.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.